The Black Phone is directed by Scott Derrickson, also written by him and Robert Cargill, and it's based on a short story that was written by Joe Hill. In a small town in Denver, Colorado in the late 70s, there has been an abundance of disappearance from kids that no one knows where their whereabouts are. All that is left at the scene is a bunch of black balloons. When walking home one day, a character by the name of Finney, that's played by Mason Thames, is kidnapped by the Grabber, who is played by Ethan Hawke. It is now a fight for survival as Finney is now in the basement of the Grabber, and in doing so he gets calls from a phone that is connected to the wall but has a disconnected wire, and they are calls from the previous victims of the Grabber. Needless to say, this movie is fucking great. This movie is just awesome in every aspect of it, really, to be honest with you. I have very little nitpicks with the movie. A lot of it is like very, just I'd have to spoil things for you, so I can't get too in deep into that. But other than that, I thought this was a well-made horror movie. For sure, one of the better horror movies of the year, at least as it stands. We still have Nope that's to come out later on this year, and we will see how that goes, because it is a Jordan Peele movie, and he tends to have some good content. But as it stands right now, this is one of the better ones for the year. For starters, I love the atmosphere that they created in this movie. Not only is the direction of the movie very good, the long takes that they have, the dark settings that they use, the camcorder videos that they sprinkle throughout the entire movie when the sister character is trying to piece together some clues as to where to find her brother. It is some great touches of filmmaking, because they also basically took what they did in Sinister, since Scott Derrickson is responsible for that, and they wanted to kind of put a spin on it in this movie, and I thought they did a good job with that. Another aspect of the story that I really enjoyed is the Stephen King-like atmosphere that they created in this movie. Not only are we worried about the main antagonist that is played by Ethan Hawke, we're also worried about the kids at school involving other kids. This town is just a shithole. Everyone's got problems that they're dealing with at school and at home. The two main brothers and sisters in this movie are having issues with a drunk father, and those are scarier to think about sometimes than the actual villain in the movie. But what I will say is that I thought the performances throughout the entire movie were very strong. Mason Thames, Madeleine McGraw, both playing the two brother and sister, was really good. It's hard to get strong performances out of child actors at times. It's not entirely impossible, and this is one of those times where they show that they can really carry the movie as long as the script, the direction, all that sort of stuff kind of lines up for them. So they have major props in this movie. I couldn't say any more positives about them. But there is one person who is doing a far better job than almost everyone entirely in this movie, and that's not to diminish anyone in this movie. Ethan Hawke as the Grabber is just completely mesmerizing. He is so captivating in this movie, and his performance reminds me a lot about another character that was played by a different actor. Although they, serve very different roles for their movies and they are very different characters, I do think that the performances of Ethan Hawke as the Grabber and the Joker for Heath Ledger are very similar, in the sense that you can wash away the actor from the character. You don't see the actors playing this character in this movie. You just see the character in the movie. And that's what I totally see involving Ethan Hawke and Heath Ledger. These guys performed at a different level in these movies, and I cannot say enough high praises about them. I would also say that the mask is also very effective as well. It can detach in many different parts and look very different to kind of show different emotions of the character that is using the mask, and I think that was a nice touch with the movie. It's not like as iconic as like a Michael Myers mask, obviously, or as like the Ghostface or any sort of stuff like that. Maybe in due time it could, but for sure the detail and the almost like difference of use for the mask really puts this movie a little bit more forward than you may think. All in all, I think it's one of the best horror movies of the year. It is so amazing. Again, little problems with the movie, and everyone should fully support this film. I'm gonna give The Black Phone 4 stars. Thank you guys so much for watching. Look forward to more reviews very soon, and I'll talk to y'all next time.